Hi everyone! Welcome to what is hopefully a really quick short video. I have a message for you all. I was running some water for not a bath. I was just washing my hair in my bathtub, and I went to squirt the shampoo onto my hand, and it made a kind of shape like this. And for some reason it really drew my attention. It looked like a road with two doors. And immediately I was like, ooh, a fork in the road. And then this voice came in and was like, one road can lead to two destinations. And I was like, whoa. And it just felt like a message. And a message that I needed to share with everyone. I have been trying to manifest a lot of different things. 111 on the clock, as I said that. I said the word manifest. I've been trying to manifest a lot of different things lately, and sometimes I feel really overwhelmed by it. And sometimes I'm worried that I am not prioritizing the right thing. A big bug. It's a lightning bug. A big lightning bug just started flying at the window when I said that. Holy cow. Wow. I was thinking about doing this video, and then I saw a hummingbird fly by too. This is really crazy. Anyway, yeah, okay. I've been trying to manifest so many different things, and I sometimes feel 202 when I said that again. The synchronicity's gotta calm down a minute so I can get this message out. And I feel like a lot of others are trying to manifest a lot too. I just watched a tarot reading by Aso Tarot where she talked about kind of blocking your blessings and blocking your blessings from coming in because being afraid that maybe they're delusional, or that if you think too hard in them, you'll block them, or just getting too caught up in a lot of the manifestation rules that are out there and being scared. And instead of just really leaning into the feeling and into the miracle of it and the journey of it. And this really strong message came through while I had kind of walked away from that reading to process and to like wash my hair and get ready to run some errands. And this idea, I don't know what I'm trying to say. This idea, there it is again. Oh my gosh, this big lightning bug is just really trying to get in. Anyway, oh gosh, there's a message in it. I don't know what it is. I'm really overwhelmed with a lot of energy, a lot of, like, the minute I picked up on this one idea, one road can lead to two. Spirit's like, you need to say many destinations. I think for me personally, it's two destinations, but I think for a lot of others out there watching, it is many destinations. You don't need to worry about calling in too many things. By picking the path that you want, you can have it all. You just have to walk that path. That is all you have to do, one step at a time. Don't worry about it. It's not a fork in the road. It is a road that ends at many different places. Yeah. The road leads to many destinations. Especially if you feel like you're trying to manifest something that feels contradictory. The example that came up in my head is somebody who wants to manifest a really fulfilling and busy feeling career, but also wants to be a parent who is extremely involved and has a lot of free time. They conflict, right? They conflict. This idea of having a really busy, fulfilling career, but also being able to be a parent that is really involved. They feel conflicting. But if you want it and following that vision, no matter how stupid it sounds to want both, no matter how many times people tell you you can't have both, just follow it. It doesn't matter, because you combining it into one dream makes it be one road. And that road will take you to this like double destination idea, you know? I do feel called to pull some tarot. I'm going to pull from Tarot of the Divine. This is my new jam. I just got it not long ago, and I'm in love with it. I'm going to pull a couple cards. And I'm also going to pull a couple oracle cards from my go-to Seasons of the Witch. We are in Lammas right now. I believe we're in Lammas. If we're not, then I'm wrong. And I still felt called to pull from Lammas. So that means that's where the messages are. I'm not going to doubt it. You can if you want, but I'm not going to doubt it. Yeah, I'm just going to pull a couple cards here. And we're going to have some fun. We're going to see what the story tells. I feel like telling a story. I'm not going to do any kind of layout. We're just going to do a story. We're going to pull until we stop pulling. Okay, I'm feeling called to do this one last time by switching this around. And one more. One more. There's a specific feel to the cards I like to feel when I'm finished. And I think, yeah, I like that satisfying resistance you get to kind of push them together. It feels really good to me. All right, let's go. Ooh, that was a good split too. That felt very satisfying. All right, first card. 10 of Wands. One destination leads. One road leads to many destinations. Right? Like, look at that. Stop overthinking. Stop overthinking. Let your emotions, let your passion for what you want light you up and lead you to many, many, many different places. This isn't a thing where you have to choose. They all come back to the same place, right? Let your burden go. Let your overthinking go. Just follow your passion. Follow what feels good. You will get all the things you want by just that one thing, okay? 3 of Coins. These I'm seeing as spirit guides. Work with your spirit guides. There's something here with the Pentacles. Because one of these, I think, is a drum. There's very much, kind of march to the beat of your own drum. Your job is to march to the beat of your own drum, and then your guides will be coming in with the rest. That is your job. March to the beat of your own drum. Walk that path, regardless of what anyone tells you. Yes, you are in control. One sword. One sword to rule them all. You just need to be in your power. You are protected. You are guided. You do you. They're going to try to hold you back, baby. They're going to try to hold... Oh my gosh, look at them. Look at them. They're like, I don't think so. But no. They will try to hold you back. Expect it. Don't be surprised by it. You follow that feeling. Ooh, your blessings are here. They are ready to go. You just need to take it. They're here like angry because they have to fight for everything and they want to fight you on everything, and you're just sitting here in your knowing, hanging out, being loved, being provided for by your guides. doing your thing, marching to the beat of your own drum. I'm feeling one more. Yeah. Yeah. If you follow this path, you will come to your awakening, to your judgment. Your judgment day will be here. This to me is like, judgment is coming into your knowing, like fully embodying who you are, rising up to the call of your soul and of your heart, like answering that call of your soul and of your heart, and it being this full realization of who you are as a person. Yeah. And then bottom of the deck, because you know I love it, 7 of Swords. You guys, I love this. I love that one too. Okay, well, hold on. Let's start with this one. 11, as I said that. So 7 of Swords, right, is is typically about, like, you typically see something being stolen, right? In the traditional Rider-Waite, it is, I think, a guy walking off with a bunch of swords. There's another one, I forget the name of the deck, but it's a couple of foxes. I think it's 3 foxes stealing food from some travelers. And in this one, you have, I cannot remember if it's a coyote or if it's a wolf. Doesn't matter. It's a sneaky little foxy thing running off with swords, right? Or daggers in this case. But you have this shadow of this really evil looking thing that's grinning at this animal, right? And the way that I see it is people, so this to me looks like the really bad aspect. This to me, this shadow is the actual 7 of Swords. And this animal, in my headcanon, in my storytelling, I have not read the actual folklore behind this image. Those of you who don't know, Tarot of the Divine uses inspired by deities, folklore, and fairy tales from around the world. I have not looked into this one yet, but just kind of looking at the symbolism, it looks like a fox or a coyote or whatever animal this is stealing the daggers from the humans so that they're not killed anymore, right? And that, for me, what I'm getting from the 7 of Swords is the people in your life that they're going to try and tell you that you're the bad one for living this life, by believing you can have whatever you want, that you don't have to pick, and that you don't have to, like, balance this path that is many different paths to try and get everything, and everything has to be done one by one by one, that you can just walk by the beat of your own drum. That's all you have to do, and work with your deities, work with your ancestors, trust that they're working with you and helping you to bring this in, that you are somehow, like, that you're being deviant or deceptive. You know, it reminds me of when I see people who get really angry with YouTubers who make a lot of money, and they accuse them of not having real jobs, and they accuse them, or like, you know, when I tell people that I want to be a tarot coach and make money reading tarot, people treat me like I'm bamboozling people. Like, I have no right to make money for, you know, doing this. And really, I'm not really sure what the swords mean in this scenario. That they're really supposed to mean anything. To me, in this card, in this reading, it's really about being mindful of people, being mindful of mindsets that will tell you that you are being bad for wanting what you want, that it's not real, that it's not right. I'm hearing you're so spoiled. Like, when you get what you want, people saying, oh, that person is so spoiled. Like, they just are lucky. They didn't work for any of it. And it's like, you did have to work for it, right? You had to overcome your mind. You had to trust your spirit guides. You had to be in control of yourself. You had to deal with this energy that sought to bring you down. You had to dare to just feel through it before it even showed up. You worked hard for this, you know? The next two... I'm just going to pull this one. This is the last one underneath the Seven of Swords. You gotta be decisive. This to me is, I'm getting this in terms of like cutting people out. Whatever that means to you, you don't have to like actually not talk to them. But this could be like kind of setting boundaries and doing so verbally. Like, if this is what you're going to do, then you're going to be gone. Just so you know. Right? Like, just so you know. This is you like really kind of putting your foot down and saying, I will not tolerate any of your shenanigans when it comes to you having thoughts, feelings, and opinions on my life. I'm going to pull a couple of Seasons of the Witch. I'm feeling 3 and then the bottom deck, but we'll see. Let me just shuffle these really quick. It feels so good to do a reading for y'all again. Oh my god. I hid all of my pick a card readings because I was rewatching them and I was really unhappy with them. I was so scared. I didn't feel in my power, and I only posted them because I didn't want to let fear take over, and that's a good thing. I'm proud of that. But I couldn't do it. I had to unpublicize them. I had to hide them because I just was. This was an authenticity issue, and on the grounds of them just not being a reading where I was really in my power and really authentically being me. I had to take them down, and it was 17:34 on the timer on the camera when I said that. 17s and 7s are incredibly powerful numbers for me. So Spirit's like, I confer, my love. You're okay to take those down. Okay, let's go ahead. I was so excited I didn't even put my dish away from lunch. Okay. Iced tea. Oh my god! Lean into your soul's pull and listen to its whispers to nurture yourself. Yes! This is not just about this is about nurturing yourself. Nurturing your, if your dream doesn't nurture who you are as a human being and as a soul and as a person, there's a little doogie running around without a person. I gotta pause this. I think we got a stray dog. Hi. Yeah, that was a stray dog. It is now 2 hours later. Yeah, that took me 2 hours to figure out what to do with that dog. So we're back. Let me tell you a story. 17 on the clock again when I say that. I'm going to finish this reading and then I'll tell you a little story about what happened with that dog. Because like I said, 17 is a really big number for me. And some things happened. Anyway, okay. So, this path that you're going to walk, you'll know it's the right one because it nurtures you. And that is what you have to do. Kind of like that is the path. Nurturing yourself is the path. So if it doesn't nurture you, don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, another card. Tiger's Eye. A new path and opportunities for positive transformation await you. Look, once again, a path that leads to 2 different things. You guys, Sorry. I love it. You have the eye of the tiger. Just be set on it. Don't be apologetic about it. It comes from you. It comes from you. If you dream it, it's yours, and it's yours to have. Don't let anybody else take it from you. One more, and then I'll do bottom of the deck. Bakery. Take the time to diligently practice and refine your craft. Success will follow as you savor each little victory along the way. Yes. Again, that is your advice. Just savor it and refine it. And anytime something doesn't nurture you or feel good to you, cut it out. Just cut it out. It's not part of your path. It will distract you. Just cut it out. That's all I hear again and again and again is cut it out. Bottom of the deck. Corn. Let spirit guide you and take meaningful action. Dreams become reality when combined with purposeful intent and action. Again, one person has two different outcomes. And they're like both looking in different directions, but they're still her. They're still on her. They're still part of her. They're still part of her vision. Oh man. When it slaps, right? When it slaps, it slaps. Okay. Everyone who wants to leave here now, it is taken in the message. Thank you so much for being here. I love you all so much. I hope this helped. I hope it resonated. If it doesn't help or it doesn't resonate, it is not for you. And that is okay. You will find a way, or you'll be guided to a different reading, or it'll come up for you in a movie. Someone will just say something that pops in your brain and you're like, what? It has happened to me in Star Wars. It's happened to me in Friends, the show Friends. It's happened to me in 30 Rock. Don't take pop culture for granted. You have no idea how many messages are just like planted in there waiting to pop up for you. If you let them, don't let this not resonating for you discourage you. And for the rest of you who really resonated with this, I hope it helps. Please comment below if it did. And yeah, now I have a quick story time. If you want to stay and hear my quick story time, I'm here for it. Let me tell you. This is a story about synchronicity. I would show you my face now, but I have been out in 89-degree weather for 2 hours, and I'm not showing you. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I have a fiery red nose anyway, but now my whole face is fiery red. So I'm talking to you, right? And this little adorable Boston Terrier runs past my window, and I don't see a leash, I don't see a person, I don't see anything, and I wait just to see. I kind of look out. My window is like right here, right? I don't want to show too much. He comes running down there, and I'm waiting to see someone will come out over here, and nobody does. So I'm like, okay, I better run. I better go. I want to make sure that dog is okay. So I throw on like a little, the tank top I was wearing unfortunately doesn't quite cover all of my cleavage, all of my boobs. So my bra sticks out quite a bit from the sides, and I didn't want to run out in public like that. So I threw on like a blouse to cover my chest, and I went running, and I could see it in the distance, and I saw it go into a circle or a cul-de-sac, and someone cornered it and got it. But unfortunately, they all had dogs and children and couldn't take the puppy on. So they got me an oversized harness for one of their dogs, and we kind of like finagled it so it was nice and comfortable, but like kept the dog harnessed, and they let me a leash. And I was like, there's a house like a mile away that I know they have Boston Terriers, and I know when I've been on walks around there, 2 Boston Terriers have come out. We're like running around the neighborhood loose because they got out. So I walked down there. And as we're walking, she makes a beeline for a little cul-de-sac, like a different cul-de-sac. And I'm like, well, you know what you're doing, so I'm going to follow you. And she leads me to a house that is number 17. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay. I just told you all how 17 is a power number for me. It's a very important number for me. And I was like, hello, number 17. This is really, really random. And she's playing at the door and getting really excited. And I'm like, okay. So I ring the doorbell, and they have a ring. They have like the actual like Ring brand doorbell. And I'm waving, and I'm showing the leash. And she's a very old dog, and she's got like part of her ribs are like either there's a tumor in there, or she is malformed. So I didn't want to pick her up because that might hurt her really bad. So I just kind of showed the leash, and I was like, I think I have your dog, a little Boston Terrier. And it took them a minute, but they came out, and it wasn't their dog, which I have suspicions on that. 717 as I say that. Because she was really excited to be there. That man came out, and she was so excited to see him. And there was another Boston Terrier in the window looking out at us like I don't know, that dog had a look on its face like, you came back. And I don't know, it wasn't barking or anything, it was just like really like in the window looking very like primed and excited. Doesn't mean anything. So anyway, the guy's like, nope, not my dog. And I was like, it's so weird because this dog walked me to this house and cried and cried and cried and like tried to get into the garage. And finally I'm like, you can't go in the garage, babe, it's closed. And she led me up the stairs to the front door, and that's where we knocked and rang the doorbell. And anyway, so I leave very disappointed because I'm hot. It's very hot. For the record, my parents are very anti-dog. They didn't want the dog in the house, and they didn't want the dog in the car. So I had to walk my own ass around this hot neighborhood at 89 degrees with this elderly dog that was clearly not doing well. Yeah, I'm not really happy with them right now. Anyway, so I finally go to the house that I know I saw the Boston Terriers at. And I knock, I ring, I knock, no answer. Finally I just call the police. I'm like, I gotta go. It's hot. This dog needs to get out of the heat. She's not doing well. She's getting super anxious. She's crying, she wants to go in. She did get excited when we got to that house. She did get excited. She did, cry at the door and just get really, she seemed to know that house too. So I call the police, and they take the information. They're like, where are you? Like, what house are you at? And I look for the address, and it's 1817 is the number of this house. I forgot to say something. When I was at the other house that was just plain 17, as I'm talking to the guy, I see some movement above me, and as I look, it's a huge hawk circling. And I see hawks really, when big things are happening, when there are big shifts coming in and stuff, I see hawks flying around. There's this giant hawk circling. And then I took the dog away from 17, and we sat down for a minute to regroup, and there was a big old feather on the ground. When I sat down, I almost put my hand in it, and I was like, holy shit. Yeah, anyway, so long story short, I did end up, a neighbor came out and was like, are you okay? I was like, do you recognize this dog? And he's like, I think so. I know they have Boston Terriers. So I left the dog with them. They said they would take him and they would try the neighbors again. They tried themselves, hoping that maybe their familiar face would have them come out. But it didn't happen. And so I don't know, I left the dog with them. I called the police back, and I told them that I left him with a neighbor, and they said, don't worry, that's great. That's very helpful for a dog to be in a house, not outside. And they would come check in with the neighbors, and I told them about the other house, number 17, and how weird I thought that was, and how the dog is old and looks like it might be sick. That sometimes people will just literally open the door and kick a dog out, And I was like, just so you know, that did happen when I took the dog there. And they were like, cool. And I'm like, just in case when the family comes home, they don't think the other dog is theirs, you can go stop at number 17 and see what they have to say. So anyway, that is my story. I just am like, that is so wild that I'm in the middle of this incredible, beautiful tarot reading. I see one of my favorite dogs go running by. I have the honor of taking it in my care and guiding it back home, hopefully, or at least to the hands of someone else that's more capable, that has a house that they can stay in and keep cool in, and help get a hold of the neighbors. And the number 17 followed me, and on my way home, my little watch went off, my Apple Watch went off. There was nothing. It was like, went ding! There was nothing there, but it was 5:55 when I did it. I was like, what is going on? Okay, that was my story. Yeah, okay. If that probably means nothing. It's like when people tell you their dreams. I love hearing people's dreams. I love them, but I know other people are just like, what? That's just so boring. But to me, I'm like, really? Oh, the symbolism. Let me tell you what I think this dream means. Anyway. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next Tea and Tarot. Bye!